Building wealth is something that a lot of people don't actually know how to do. In today's video, we're going to be going over the 4 basic laws of wealth creation. And if you want to succeed at building wealth, you're going to have to know these 4 laws and implement them very well. So watch the video until the end because there's a lot of information that you're going to need to want to watch. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Number 1 is the law of implementation. The fact that you're watching this video right now puts you in the top 3% of the world. Very few people are willing to dedicate time to their education and personal growth. And the fact that you're here learning about wealth creation instead of scrolling through Instagram or watching epic fail compilations on other channels or sneaking another episode of the latest Netflix original show shows me that you're not part of the 97% of our population that are okay with mediocrity. Which is great, but it's not enough. To create real wealth, education is only the first step. Without implementation, education becomes a perverse form of procrastination that will turn you into a underachieving high achiever. Someone who knows how to get to the next level, but simply can't seem to do it. So, if you want to build wealth and an empire and have access to a legacy wealth that will ensure your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren are taken care of long after you're gone, then you must join the 1%. The 1% who don't just consume more content, more articles, more podcasts, and more courses, but who actually go out in the real world and create value by implementing what they've learned. And that is the first universal law of wealth creation. Universal law wealth creation number 1. You must implement the information in your head and take massive action to achieve the results you desire. Because education without implementation is futile. You don't get paid for what you know. You only get paid for what's done. So, if you want to make your first million and build an unshakable financial infrastructure, educate yourself. Then immediately take action to implement what you've learned. Learn, implement, fail, implement again, succeed, and repeat. If you follow this formula over a long enough timeline and bounce from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm, you will build the wealth you desire and live the life of your dreams. Number 2, the law of problem solving. I see so many entrepreneurs out there who are struggling to make money. It's not that they're lazy or bad people, it's that their business is fundamentally flawed because they don't understand the second law of creating wealth. Universal law of wealth number 2. You are paid in direct proportion to the size, frequency, and quantity of the problems you can solve. Listen, I'm glad that you're passionate about your new confidence coaching program. I'm sure your new course to help people find their purpose is the greatest thing since a new earth. But your passion isn't going to pay the bills because your solutions aren't solving people's biggest problems. If you want to make real wealth and create systems and businesses that generate consistent and predictable cash on command, you need to help people solve real problems. Specifically, you must help them change their body, make more money, do better in relationships, and spend more time doing things they enjoy. People are struggling with real pain each and every day. They have mortgages they're behind on, relationships that are filled with conflict, bodies that aren't working, and lives that feel out of control. Unless you can find a way to either directly or indirectly solve these problems and make their life feel like it's working better, they're not going to give you their money. This doesn't necessarily mean that the offer you have today can't make money. It might mean you simply need to pivot its positioning to speak directly to one of these 3 problems. Get more confidence becomes develop the confidence you need to overcome your social anxiety and fearlessly date the man/woman of your dreams. That's a problem solved if you have relationship problems. We have find your passion, which becomes discover your highest calling so that you can create a business doing what you love and profit from your passions. That's a problem solved for make more money and spend time doing things you love. Fix your mindset becomes discover the subconscious blocks that are stopping you from achieving the health, wealth, and relationships that you desire. That's a problem solved that helps you make more money, do better in relationships, change your body, and have time for the things you love. Number 3 is the law of relationship. Let me tell you a little story about my friend James. Now, James grew up in a family where money was always scarce. His family wasn't poor, but they lived paycheck to paycheck and never had enough left over at the end of the month for new clothes or vacations. Growing up, when his parents talked about money, they would always say things like, "There's never enough to go around. No matter how much you make, something always comes up. Look at this house, car, or clothing brand. I'm glad we're not that superficial. Money is the root of all evil. The more you make, the more they'll take." When James grew up and left home, he decided that despite his upbringing, he wanted to become rich. At least he thought he wanted to become rich. But it seemed like no matter how hard he tried, there was never enough to go around. He started earning 6 figures, but then somehow he finished to the month and got there with nothing left. And something always came up. And when he got his first tax bill after making real money, he almost had a heart attack. He'd adopted a broken relationship with money from his parents, and even though he consciously wanted to become rich, his subconscious beliefs and attitudes towards money were sabotaging his efforts and stopping him from achieving the financial success he desired. Which brings us to the third law of wealth, the universal law of creating wealth number 3. To create wealth, you must develop a healthy relationship with money. Listen, if you believe, even on a subconscious level, that money is the root of all evil or that rich people are bad, you will never make the money you want. How could you? If money is the root of all evil, why would you want more of it? If you believe rich people are bad and you see yourself as a good person, you can't become rich. Luckily, all of your negative money mindsets can be eradicated by accepting one simple truth. Money is nothing more than a tool. It's not good, it's not bad. It's not the root of all evil or the cause of all your misery. It's nothing more than a medium of exchange between two parties. It's a tool the same way a shovel or hammer or an axe are tools. And when you reframe your relationship with money and realize the fault lies with the person wielding the tool, i.e. you, not the tool itself, everything will change. You're no longer going to think there's never enough money to go around. Instead, you'll say, wow, I don't have the money I want. I must not be providing enough value or managing my assets well enough to deserve the wealth I desire. It is from this place, and this place only, that your path to wealth creation can begin. By developing a positive relationship with money, you'll see it for what it really is and begin to understand the true root causes of your financial distress. And when you accept that money is your vehicle for freedom, impact, and the lifestyle you deserve, you won't feel an ounce of guilt for your desire to become very, very, very rich. Number 4, the law of generosity. A young friend recently told me a story about a strikingly odd coincidence that happened when he was 18. At the time, he was making about $500 a month online and had recently dropped out of college with his sights set on an 11th month backtracking trip through Latin America. Universal law number 4, the more you give, the more you get. Listen, the fact that you have a device on which you can watch this video shows me that you're blessed. You have food on the table and more money than a huge portion of the world, and it is your duty and obligation to give back, to shift the focus from me to we, to remove scarcity and fear from your mind and replace it with gratitude and abundance. I'm not suggesting that you go out and give away so much that you don't have enough left over to buy shoes for your children, but I am saying that no matter how big or small, you must find a way to start giving back. No matter where you are right now, someone else has it worse than you, and you can afford to donate 5 to 15% of your take-home income to charities, causes, and individuals that you believe in. I don't know why it happens, but I can promise you that if you do this consistently with appreciation instead of expectation, money will start to come in your life in ways you cannot expect. Conclusion: get it while the getting is good. We live in an era of unprecedented opportunity. Human beings have never had access to the resources and information we have today, and it has never been easier to create the wealth and impact you desire. But here's the thing, no one knows how long this golden era will last. Markets, societies, and countries all rise and fall. Right now, in 2021/2020 and beyond, it's your opportunity to take advantage of the good times to protect yourself when things get hard. So, the getting good is now, so take action and go get it. Create the wealth you desire today and capitalize on the abundance of opportunities in front of you. If 20-something dropouts can create billion-dollar companies from their laptops, I'm pretty sure you can create the income and freedom you desire, so long as you're willing to take action.